people started telling me that these people that I just met were very probably part of a cult. Hello. I don't know if you noticed, but I added one dinosaur in the intro, but I added way more dinosaurs in the outro of the video, but you have to stick till the end to watch it. I guess it's time to begin. So, last year, I lived in Seoul for a few months as an exchange student in Wede, to name my university. I arrived 1 week before the classes began, and I didn't do much the first few days, so on the first weekend I was there. I decided to visit the city a little, but I didn't do much research on where to go and what to do. So I just went to the nearest, what I thought would be an interesting area, which was Dongdaemun. There's not much to do in Dongdaemun. A few big malls here and there. However, I did not have the pleasure of going into those malls because a couple minutes after leaving the subway station, I was stopped by a young, very small Korean woman. She talked to me in English. She asked me where I was from, what my name was, what I was doing in Seoul, and she looked very sweet and nice, and I was not particularly intrigued by the situation. I just thought that Korean people were very nice and welcoming. So, great. She told me that she was a student too. We talked for a few minutes, and then she told me that she was volunteering for an association, and their goal was to introduce the Korean culture to foreigners. Okay, that's cool. She went on adding that if I was interested, I could join her and she would show me a few things, including the Korean traditional outfit, the hanbok, and that I could try one if I wanted. At first, I declined because I had other things planned for the day, but she was really nice. Really nice and sweet. I was enrolled in bad situations before, but that didn't look like any of them. It was weird, sure, but that's it. Also, she offered me that to show me how to buy a subway card, and I didn't know how to do that at the time, so I was like, okay, sure. So I followed her. She told me that the center where the foreigners meet the locals was 2 stations away, and I said, okay, sure, let's go. I wanted a story to tell, and I thought that this could be a good one. So the center was not 2 stations away, more like 6, so that was a little lie. But we exchanged our Kakao Talks, our numbers on the way, and we finally arrived at Songsu. The building of the so-called association was normal looking. There were like 4 floors, and each one was dedicated to a certain purpose of the association. The first one was for taking care of the children of the neighborhood, the second one for the elders, and then we went to the 3rd floor, and there was a big room, kind of like a dojo, where there were other Korean people talking to other foreigners people. She introduced me to another member of the association, a Korean male student, and we sat on the floor and had a conversation. She asked me what I knew about Korean culture, if I liked K-pop, and that's when she got me. I was already really into Blackpink at the time, and she told me that she liked Blackpink too. So, how could I not trust her? Someone who likes Blackpink cannot do me wrong, I thought. She also told me the whole thing was supposed to last from 30 minutes to an hour, and it lasted actually 4 hours in the end. But we talked about Blackpink for like 30 minutes, so I kind of asked for it to happen at this point, but then she told me that we were going to perform a ceremony, but before that I had to write on a parchment my name, what my dream was, that kind of things, and I went with it. She told me there was a certain choreography to learn for the ceremony, so she taught me the moves. After that, the young man brought me to another room to try on and wear the hanbok that she told me about, and then we went to another pretty small room where the ceremony would happen. There, she burned the parchment, did a few things I did not understand, where she burned incense and other things. We were 3 in the room, her, the other Korean student, and me. She started the ceremony by doing the moves first, alone, and then the other man and I joined her. It was really long. It was really, really long. Really exhausting. We had to bow a lot of times, then jump and then bow and other weird things. But for dozens of time, it was really, really long. I was really sweaty, and that was weird. That was really weird. But I went along with it, and I didn't ask any question. I wanted to leave after that. But after the ceremony, the three of us went on eating fruits and talking about life, death, religion. She asked me what I believed in, that type of stuff. But we also talked about random things, and the K-pop theme went on again, and I enjoyed it. It was a nice conversation, and the fruits were tasty. It was nice. When I realized what time it was and that I've been here for 4 hours, I told them I had to leave, that I had to meet some friends, which was not true. So I also lied. I had a date that night, but yeah. Then they talked to me again about the elders and the children they were taking care of, and that if I could contribute to the association, that could be nice. They just offered me tons of fruit, and it made sense for me to give back a little. So I gave them 10,000 won, like 7 or 8 euros, and she brought me back to the subway station, invited me to come back next weekend for a Korean barbecue, samgyeopsal, with the other students of the association, and I said, sure, okay, let's go, bye. Yeah. But after that, I was really happy to have my little story to tell to my friends. So I went on Twitter and told everything that just happened. Then people started telling me that these people that I just met were very probably part of a cult. And that this was very common in Korea, especially for vulnerable looking foreigners to be scrolled by those people. So my friends directed me to some YouTube videos where people talked about the same experience that I just had. I was a bit scared when I realized all of this, so I just blocked the number and never went eating samgyeopsal with her and her friends. But I eventually made some other friends not involved in any cult whatsoever, and I ate some samgyeopsal with them too, so good. But usually what happens after this first encounter is that people come back, and from what I've read and watched, they get more and more involved with the cult and give more and more money to it, and then I don't know. I don't know what happened. They disappeared, they died, I don't know. But just to tell you that if you ever go to Seoul, don't do the same mistake as I did. It can be dangerous, even though it kind of was fun. I did some exercise, I ate some nice fruits, I talked about Blackpink. If that's not a fun afternoon, I don't know what this was. So, yeah, that was my story for today. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe if you want, you can like the video if you want. But thank you, have a nice day.